Alright, welcome to Alan Wake 2. It's finally here. After 13 years. Load it up. Let's go. I got the PS5 version, by the way, because I didn't think my computer could actually. Okay. Okay. Certain flashes in inventory. Oh. Neighbor standard. Oh, my display does not. Okay. We want quality, of course. I don't know what's about to happen, so. It is dead silent. What? Yeah, anyways. Oh, there's the sound. Cosmetics. Like that. Enable tutorials, yeah. Sensitivity. Single tap walk? Nah. That can stay. This can go. Turn off the bass. Speaker, yeah. Well, let's see how big it is for now. Language subtypes? No. Excuse me. Excuse me, there's... Excuse me? I? Excuse me? Nudity? Excuse me? Now I'm debating. It's like, if I turn it on, it's probably going to look terrible. But if I keep it off, do I run the risk of being in trouble? I mean, the rule, it's got, well, I'm hoping there's not actual scenes in this game. Like, adult scenes. I mean, Remedy, come on. Anyway. I wanted to do... I decided about this earlier. Yeah, we'll do hard. Because we're going to have to do Nightmare in the end. Which, when it comes out later. They've already announced that it's been over. Yeah, fire to escape enemies. Okay.
Back to the beginning. We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story.
Whoa.
In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way.
Peace.
This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
Wait, don't. Wait, what? Oh. We're playing. No, I can't even see. Okay, I think I get the nudity part. Let's just...
Can you hear me? Whoa. What's wrong?
Come on in. We should go.
Already gone.
Oh. Wait, is this Cauldron Lake? It is. So, apparently, if I'm right, there's going to be a lot of players in this game. Mainly, the FBC should be here. We already know the FBI is going to be here, but apparently Ati is going to be in this situation. So, I think this is going to be the biggest AWE ever. Leave no tracer. Here. But the light. What? Oh. Is that? That was... That's the Agent Nightingale. Well, Alan, what the heck are you writing down there? Because this just got really out of hand. We're not even 20 minutes in. You done something crazy. Yep.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
Oh.
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers! I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo.
You can tell?
Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up. Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
Time to get to work. A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map.
Invitation. Return 1. Oh, is this chapter 1 of Return? Doing it. He's reading.
Worth memorizing before we get swallowed up by the trees.
Or worse.
I should
Oh,
take a look at that map.
hold on. Do I have any abilities? Do I have any? Did I mention this is the first PS5 game I've ever played on my system? Everything else has been like PS2 on a PS5.
I think I hear someone. Could be our deputy.
I can go take a look.
There we go. I never said that, Morgan. I said we should both be down here watching this dead guy for safety.
Quit your belly aching, Thornton. I'm up here now.
Are we gonna meet him?
Over here.
I mean, I think we saw them in this.
Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, Federal agent's right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
Witnesses.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, but you know.
You could have
inside.
just said they took the heart. This is.
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton? But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
Let's
I
look
want to see the
for-
body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Really?
Mulligan, tell them I'm here, waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Golden Lake. Our biggest. It's probably one of the biggest places of power there is in the world. I stand corrected. It's probably the second most powerful. I feel like the oldest house would be the most powerful.
I need to think through the facts of the case.
You can access the keyboard inside the mine place. Well, thankfully they don't call it the Mindscape, or else that would be.
The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board.
What exactly do you have in mind? What's going on there? That is an old TV. Oh, can we actually like?
everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
The case board is a mental technique that allows her to analyze clues and progress the investigation. Okay. Oh. Make differences. Slight differences in murders. Bloating only. Chest trauma. Other post-mortem. Post-mortem tattooing of the body. The murder targets have no discriminatory common traits. Was reported missing in 2010, discovered in 2012, buried in a shallow grave. Found in Cauldron Lake 2018, some organs missing. Predation? State of the body does not match 8 years spent in the lake. Found 2 weeks ago. Chest wound was ruled as cause of death. Tattooing on the bottom is illegible. Foreigner, teacher, dentist. It's like they're collecting parts, I think. Parts of a person. What's this? Series of murders have occurred around the town of Bright Falls. Finding the connections will help us search for the killer. No cases. General stores there. Which is ladle. Which finer stations? Streamline, fine. Rental cabins. Yeah, this was probably the murder sites there.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene. Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
Rampage at the rental cabins. Unidentified man attacks vacationers in the dead of night. Sunday, an idyllic evening of barbecuing and late night fishing was violently disrupted Saturday as a mysterious assailant attacked park ranger visitors, causing chaos and destruction at the cabins. The incident left 3 people injured, one of which had been admitted to the county hospital. As to whether the attacker is still at large, Bright Falls Police has yet to make an initial statement, leaving local residents in a state of uncertainty. Witnesses to the crime were visibly shaken, one of whom stated, "One minute we were laughing and toasting some marshmallows, the next we heard screams coming from the cabins. We didn't know what was going on, so we called the police and started running in the opposite direction," said Kirk Mill. Another eyewitness, who preferred to remain anonymous, said, "It's like he appeared out of nowhere. Suddenly my dog started barking his head off, and this psycho guy comes crashing through the window, through the trees. Don't think I'll ever feel safe in the forest again." A representative from the rental cabins, who chose to remain anonymous, wanted to remind customers, "If you have plans to stay in our lovely caverns later this summer, please get in touch with us, as we may need rejiggering some of the reservations based on the state of the cabin that you have rented with us." The representative went on to further remind future and potential guests of the wonderful amenities that can be found in their company's brochures and on the website, which is real nice. He's state of the art. My nephew made it, and he is a real computer whiz. Missing Doberman found on the trail. A heartfelt reunion took place this weekend when Miss Amanda Smith was reunited with her beloved dog, Coffee Bean. C. Bean, as his owner refers to him, has been missing for 3 days, and Miss Smith was afraid she would never see her best friend again. "When I got the call, I couldn't believe my eyes," she said. "I must have asked, am I dreaming, at least 7 and 8 times. It was actually 9 times," confirmed Ranger Stevenson. I was trying to. The man responsible for finding the wayward canine. "It's rare that I got to give these kinds of calls. I feel real grateful to have had the opportunity. What with all the predators out there? Usually you're telling folks that you found their dogs dead, their cats eaten, you know. So I felt real good to give some good news. Even if Coffee Bean is in kind of a rough shape, the fur will grow back, sure, but, well, I suppose that's all I should say about that." Does a hike a day keep depression away? Oh my god, what the? It might be bright sunny July, but it's never too soon to start worrying about the gloomy months of autumn ahead. That's right. In the grand scheme of life, those dead, depressing days are just around the corner. Have you been taking your vitamin D? Probably not. But for all of you thinking there's got to be another way, there's good news. Hiking has been proven to be incredibly beneficial to your mental and emotional health. So get out there and do it. Just don't forget the flashlight in case it gets dark. Are you saying Nordic walking? That was the same. That was the same slogan as the Nordic walking. That hiking, it's been proven to be incredibly beneficial for your mental and emotional health and physical. Bright Falls' own virtual baking champ, little Sally's Upton, and his whole family erupted into cheers when she won the big match this weekend. Was she playing soccer, tennis? No. In this brand new world that we live in, her family was cheering her as she won a match in a game that exists only on the information superhighway. The game in question was Mega Baking Star, in which players compete to make the tastiest treats and sweetest eats for their virtual judges online. Bright Falls congratulates Sally on her big win. Really? We've gone into the digital age? And Bright Falls of all places? Anything around here?
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
What is this? Oh.
Are they gone? These fucking out-of-towners. We can handle this ourselves if they just stay the hell out of it. All of them.
Shut up, Thornton. They can still hear you.
I'm just saying.
Shut up, shut up.
I mean, you've had your chance to fix this problem. Honestly, you've had decades to fix this problem.
Did you get lost, Anderson?
No, I'm just making sure everything is working. Alright, let's go. Like I said, don't you like working? Prohibited, leave no trace. Yeah.
Stairs are out. You okay to jump down?
I'm not that old.
Whoa.
Mirror Peak. The mighty mountain in the distance is no other than Mirror Peak, the iconic landmark overlooking Cauldron Lake. From the right angle, its beauty will be reflected on the calm surface of the lake, mirrored in all its inverted glory. Inverted. That's if it was reflecting on the lake, then that would make it an inverted pyramid. Kinda like the board. And some people say that an inverted pyramid really
Fucking nature.
is chaotic.
Gives me a headache.
It represents
Too much
chaos.
sky.
It's quiet.
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
What's happening? Okay, so now that we know that's a dead, we can't go that way. Interesting. Where am I? I can't go that way. Can't do this. Waterfall. This powerful feat of nature will revive the spirit as it does the surrounding nature. The churning, grinding waters at the bottom of the falls resembles a mortar and pestle, quite like the one the Witch of Cauldron Lake is fabled to have used to travel through the night sky. Oh, I don't
Is
know.
that a kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective.
Oh.
He hates those cheesy crime books, but he really hates the movies.
My dad used to say, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Not sure where the tough gets going to, but maybe you'll find it inspiring. Manuscript fragments. It can be used to upgrade weapons in the mind plate. Excuse me? That's what we're using them for? Interesting. Get in again. Hold the fire button to activate fire. Increase the magazine land to. That's interesting.
Welcome back, Anderson.
Found something interesting. Actually, they put that on the board. Jeez.
Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message?
Found this strange lunchbox. Who left it here? I should keep an eye out for others. Lunchbox new. It says, are the really for me? It's like, are they?
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Where am I?
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
Remember,
How much clearer can I make it, Mulligan?
I think I saw something. It'll only take a minute.
I'll wait here.
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you. So, FBI, huh? That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob?
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
Thornton, he's joking.
Let's just see this body, shall we?
Now this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. Now we didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay, let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders?
They left the heart.
Step
guess-
1. Examine the corpse.
I don't wanna. Oh.
Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic.
Team image. You can place it in the case. I think I'm starting to understand what they meant by the duty. But. Photo like things.
Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
Another body has been found in the woods of near Bright Falls. Perfect timing. Need to see if this is linked to the killings we're here to investigate. But the key image is placed to prompt a new question. You are now free. Footprints. We have footprints. We got. I don't know if that was wrong. He was
bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down. Incised stab wound, chest cut open, heart removed. The killer left the heart right next to the body.
But why?
Ugh.
Hold on.
Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
The clues have resolved. The open question, the deduction. As you advance the investigation, new questions will be unlocked, updating your goals. You can check the updated goals by pressing. Yeah, the only.
Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Multiple people were here. Multiple killers? Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera? Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was
Do it.
FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. Now, I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
I knew it. I knew it was him. The moment he's in the cutscene when they grabbed him and dragged him towards the table, he said Hemingway, and I knew at that moment that's Nightingale. So I guess he was stuck at the bottom of the lake, and finally was able to climb out, and yet uh,
Large amount of blood on the table.
no.
The victim died here.
So the question is, what happened to him during the 13 years? Because like, at least we don't have to deal with that. Victim is 39 and last seen near Bright Falls 13 years ago. He never left. Heavy blades. Food? No. Here? Multiple footsteps?
Boot prints indicating multiple killers. Quite the party.
The thing is, though, this is just one piece of the map. So is this one? Okay.
Did they plan for the murder to happen here?
Hi.
So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state, but yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here.
I bet there's more to that story.
But no happy ending.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago, 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
That's the problem. They buried it.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
Mental state questionable at the time of disappearance.
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Was it free?
That's it.
Looks new, bought by the killers? Why? Can mount a camera, weird snuff film? No. I bet you they were all the killers were victims. They were all taken by the darkness and then what is this place? Is that blood? Or is it just red? God. I knew you were... I mean, you were annoying in the first game, but to see you go out like this... And it still doesn't explain. It's like... I hope we find out what happened to him during the 13 years.
Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting. I think that's everything. For now, at least.
Mm-hmm. Anything clicking yet?
Not sure. Need to think about it.
Hang on. Okay.
They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now?
I don't think it was that. I think they were just waiting for them to...
Profiling.
Someone to prepare.
Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together.
You can use profiling inside the mind to get inside the head of suspects and victims. Honestly, I don't think they were targeting Nightingale. It was just he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. That, or they knew that, or maybe the dark place is just cleaning house, but Saga ain't gonna know about the dark place until probably near the end. Like, we as players have already have a bunch of information that can contradict what she's about to say and do. But I would like to know what the heck happened to him throughout the whole 13 years. Using her and it can discover new clues by profiling people of interest. It was a ritual murder.
Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flick the switch. It goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. A Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something.
But the problem is, it failed. They left the heart,
Agent
so...
Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder.
But what was he doing in the lake? So that's what it is. So I guess Alan is not allowing anyone into the lake. Anyone that goes into it, it's a bad time. He's closing the door. So he's probably writing an escape and trying to keep the darkness out. I'm like completely shut in. It's a prison. Yeah.
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
It's just sad too. It's like, what's that?
This mug always cheers me up.
Aw, the Greater Washington area. That's cute. Huh? What
the
the?
lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Well, okay. Well, I'll just wait here.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
He was escaping.
Lots of questions.
He was
Lots of
escaping.
answers for us to find.
I didn't know trees got that big.
They.
Gives me the creeps.
You need to get out more. It is kind of creepy, though.
It's darkness. Oh no. Here we go.
Tracks. Barefoot.
And
Nightingales?
Set of
They
Amanda's.
come out from under the boulder.
It makes no sense.
There's a piece of paper on the ground.
And you wanna? Thank you.
A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading
the
words.
words.
These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them. Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us. I should profile Nightingale about this page.
I want to believe. Can we read the manuscript pages? We can.
The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale, gone missing here 13 years ago. Now he had suddenly turned up, only to be murdered in a brutal ritual on the very day of their arrival. And then there was the page. This page, the first page that they had found, not the last. The first step down into terrifying depths. Secret truths trembling beyond the threshold. Reading the words, these words, felt like a message. Was a message. Someone knew they were here. What they were doing. Someone playing a game with them. Leading them on. An invitation. How could they not accept? The sheer audacity of this impossible mystery presented to them. Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
Oh, okay. That's just one of them. Hold on.